Our next presenter knows how to wrap a gift and how to wrap up a presentation. Abir.
Tell a believing woman to draw their outer garments about themselves so that they may be recognized. This is a verse from the Quran. It is in reference to the hijab worn by Muslim women. For those who may not be familiar with the term hijab, it is the traditional headscarf worn by Muslim women. The hijab is the symbol of Islam, just as the cross symbolizes Christianity and the Star of David symbolizes Judaism. So as soon as you see a woman wearing a hijab, instantly you think Muslim woman. Now it is important to understand that the hijab is not limited to covering the hair. It also includes dressing modestly and appropriately without showing one's figure or curves and covering all parts of the body except the face, hands, and feet. Like everything else, there's a specific time and place for the hijab. The hijab is worn by women once they've reached puberty. It is not meant to be worn in the presence of other women or any blood male relatives. It is meant only to be worn in the presence of men who a woman is eligible to marry. The Islamic hijab has a specific meaning and serves a specific purpose, which many people, including many Muslim people, do not understand. Many people argue that it is not fair that men do not have to wear the hijab, whereas women do. Men have a certain level of hijab that they must maintain, but since I only have 5 minutes, I cannot get into the details of it. I also find that since a woman's hijab is so obvious and that it concerns women, it is prone to greater criticism. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. We all know that women, with or without adornment, are seen as an attribute of beauty. As humans, we naturally ascribe value to beauty. The more beautiful something is, the more value it has. When we possess something valuable, what do you do with it? Do you just leave it around, or do you want to cover it up and keep it in a safe place? In the same way, the purpose of the hijab is to hide the beauty of a woman so that the enjoyment of her beauty is limited to herself, her husband, if she is married, and her other blood male relatives, such as her father, brothers, or uncles, as well as other women. It is an indirect way of declaring the ownership of your beauty and displaying it only to those who have a right to enjoy that beauty. There is a deeper meaning behind the hijab than to merely have a modest appearance. Beauty is one of the main attributes to which we ascribe value. However, there are many other characteristics of a person to which we may ascribe value. What are some characteristics that you can think of that we ascribe value to? Intellect, good personality. If a woman wearing a hijab is intelligent or has a pleasing personality, she would be valued more for these attributes than if her beauty were revealed, as some of her value would be ascribed to her beauty. It is similar to a blind man who cannot see and relies more on his senses to sense his surroundings. Hence, he values other senses more than if he could see. When I say someone, I mean men, value your internal attributes more than your external attributes, it confirms their admiration for you as a person rather than your admiration for your looks. The hijab also serves as a shield of protection for a woman. There is an idea that if the beauty of a woman is covered, she is unlikely to be harassed or assaulted if she happens to be alone. The concept of the hijab is often misunderstood. The meaning behind the hijab is nowhere close to oppression as it is represented in the media. Instead, it is to recognize the Muslim woman, preserve her beauty, and protect her from evils. I hope that you have all learned today that the hijab is more than a mere piece of cloth, enriched with a beautiful spiritual meaning.
Thank you, Abir.